Hi, this is Bill Rowell, CEO of Utopian Global. It's great to be back here in the US with the dynamic team from STORH. Great to see you again, Ryan.
Thanks for coming. Always good to have you here.
We've got the team, Alan. We've got, of course, Randall, heads up Midstream operation for us. And we've been having board meetings here, speaking about pyrolysis and, of course, the Midstream operation. And, of course, the added value that Midstream brings to pyrolysis. So maybe you'd like to address some of this, give us some updates on the process of pyrolysis at Midstream, Ryan.
Sure, so that's a big word, right? Pyrolysis, but unless you've been living under a rock, you would have heard about the plastics crisis, right? It's on the news everywhere. Everyone realizes how big of a problem this really is. All around the globe. I mean, you've got places like Australia that were shipping to China. Now China's rejecting plastic. This is happening everywhere. So I think for us in STORH, we're changing the narrative around the value of plastic, right? Because plastic ends up in our landfills and into the ocean because people don't perceive it to have any value. But it does, because as you know, plastic was created from oil. And oil being a very valuable commodity, we can take that plastic, put it through this pyrolysis process, which is essentially just heating it up without oxygen and converting it back to oil or back into various types of fuels. And so that's what we're doing in STORH, and we want to develop facilities around the globe to take this plastic after it's been pulled out of the oceans and convert it back to oil and put it back into the market.
It's a great initiative. I mean, globally, I mean, there's millions of tons of plastic, and I believe there's only 6% of plastics that is actually recycled. So there's a huge opportunity for STORH owners here to be engaged in this. And Randall, you're the expert when it comes to the midstream operation. You're the chemist, you're the blender in one sense. Maybe you'd like to give us a bit of an update of the advantages of being involved in the actual pyrolysis and blending it together on the midstream operation that you're so heavily engaged in.
I think it does many things, right? We talked about the environmental aspect. We haven't talked much about the air quality. It essentially puts off no emissions. It's very low emission. It's great for the environment. And I know a lot of people say, one man's trash is another man's treasure. I think this pyrolysis process is something that we can all benefit from. Not just us on the monetary side, but and as far as the environment goes, turning these plastics that would normally sit there for hundreds of years and to decompose, we can turn it into cheap, usable energy. And we have the processes, we have the people to do all that. So we're excited to get started.
What are you doing with these samples of crudes and the plastics that you've actually extracted hydrocarbons from? Maybe you want to speak a little bit about that, how you can maximize your margin on midstream.
Sure, yeah, and you're right, it is a complex thing. It's not just one piece and one piece, it's many pieces that have to fit, right? We talk about what's called gravity all the time, we talk about sulfur, we talk about metals. So we have to be sure that all three of those fit and meet the spec. What we like about pyrolysis and this process is it's super clean. The product we get from it is super clean, and it's a discounted product that goes along with one of our discounted products. We get it to spec and get it to market, which is where Alan will of course play a huge part. So taking those two discounted products and putting them together to make a premium product.
And when you say getting it to spec, just for our people out there who are not involved with, of course, midstream operation, getting it to spec means getting it to the industry standard where they buy it at maximum price. So Randall and the team, they buy their condensates at discount, which is light, heavy crude, which is also at discount, and just like the hydrocarbons from the plastics, they'll blend that to make the industry specifications where they buy it at maximum price, and of course all STORH owners will benefit from that. So right now, where are we in the phase, gentlemen? I mean, you've been involved with midstream now for how long? How many years?
Combined, too long. No, I've been in the industry for about 11 years now. Alan 15, Ryan 20 years. Yeah. So and this is what we live, eat, and breathe. This is a business we're already in, right? We know product, we know oil and gas, we know specs, we know the product. We like I said, we do this every day. So we've got on the other side the products we need to blend with the pyrolysis. Now we need to be making the pyrolysis product, get it out, get it blended, and get it to market so we can all benefit from it, not just from a monetary aspect, but also environmentally.
Well, I want to thank you for making yourselves available on today's, today's boardroom meeting for this particular video. This information is really key to our market. I mean, I've known Ryan now for 15, 16 years. I invested with him all those years ago. Here we are with more experience, a bigger team, bringing a great product and service to our store owners where we're all going to benefit over time. So once again, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.